everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium on a Saturday afternoon. Nashua High South getting set to host Pinkerton Academy. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. A rare Saturday afternoon football game for us, Tom.
Yeah, it is a rare Saturday game, but of course they can't play two games here on a Friday night. That would keep us here a while, don't you think?
Yeah.
So
sure.
We saw a thriller on Friday night with North and BG, and I don't know if today's going to be a thriller or not, John. I mean, it depends on which Nashua South team shows up, and it's the South team that played to its potential against Nashua North and, woke up in that second half, or the Nashua South team we saw get pushed around by Bishop Girton last Friday night, and not be able to cover the perimeter.
There were a stark contrast between those two games. Josh Compo became a non-factor in that second game you mentioned.
Yeah, he did.
After being a force in the first one, I couldn't explain it.
I can't either, but you know what? I mean, that's the thing is this South team is – I talked to a coach in Scott Knight on Friday night after that game against Bishop Girton, and he, for the first time – he looked like he just didn't exactly have his,
he didn't have the answers.
Finger on the pulse of what was wrong.
Yeah.
And that's no criticism of him. He just looked and said, this is not what we expected.
35-7.
He said they just make too many mental mistakes. They go very well, and then all of a sudden they make mental mistakes that changes everything. And that's, they're a 1-4 team. They're not, defense is not their strong suit this year. It just hasn't been. So they don't have, the forces that can penetrate in the other team's backfield and do a lot of different things. And this isn't really what we expected. If you were to look at preseason, you had this game circled on the calendar because you figured that this was going to be a big game. And a game that would probably, set up a few things for a few weeks from now. But right now, I think Scout, especially with Girton winning last night, distancing themselves even more from the rest of the Western Conference field, I think Nashua South is right at the point now where they're just looking to play good football, as they have 4 games left, including today.
Yeah, North, of course, we just mentioned their great performance against South, their great performance against North. That's the only win. So trying for win number 2 today.
And we'll rise for the national anthem.
And we are ready for some football at Stellos. A lesser crowd today, Tom. Would you agree?
I tell you, 2 things combined for a small crowd is 1, a 1-4 team with South, but 2, a Saturday afternoon game, which they're not used to, and actually 3 things, and a Saturday afternoon game on a 3-day weekend there's a 3-day weekend for many people. So not us, but for many other people. I haven't seen the Astros yet this year, John, but Cole Yanako is a name that stands out. It stands out to me for personal reasons. I covered his father in high school when he pitched for Pinkerton back in 1986. That's Bruce Yanako.
Yanako with a Y.
Yeah,
Yep.
and of course, his uncle Jay was a great pitcher too, and made it to the pros.
Made it to the show, yeah.
Yep. Well, he didn't make it to the show. He made it to the minor leagues.
Oh, minor leagues?
Yes.
I thought it.
No,
okay, yeah.
no.
not all
Jay
the way.
never made it all the way up. But he was in the Red Sox organization. So.
Okay, yeah.
So he had 4 touchdowns against Merrimack last Friday. So Friday night in a game where Pinkerton won resoundingly 47-12. So also with Pinkerton, they do now play on this stuff. They play on field turf back at Alumni Field in Derry. So they have, a team built with speed, and I think that they have some speed, and I think we're probably going to see that today.
Okay, well, strikes me that a lot of college football teams play on Saturday. Pinkerton may have been accused of being, small college football-sized roster for many years. Certainly, they have the depth of roster today. Once again, as you look across the sideline, although South's got pretty decent numbers as well. The co-captains are at midfield to decide the coin toss, and it will be the winner of the coin toss decided to defer and kick from left to right, it appears. Now they're going to receive. Pinkerton might have deferred the kick to receive it. So South is receiving.
Nashua South will receive the opening kickoff.
Of course, many of the high school teams play on Friday night in New Hampshire. And Londonderry, the only team to have beaten Pinkerton this season, is due to play this afternoon as well. The game going on right now at Wyndham, as a matter of fact. The #1 team in the division, which Pinkerton's going to keep an eye on. If they finish with identical records, of course, Londonderry has the head-to-head against Pinkerton, but both teams were seeking to run the table in the Nashua, make that New Hampshire Division I football conference. In the first quarter, it is a tight game. Londonderry is leading over the home team, the Wyndham Jaguars, 7-6. The update courtesy of our executive producer, Pete Johnson, who is sitting next to me. We have Tyler Thompson on camera up top today. Interesting as I approach the field, it is an overcast Saturday. Temperature was expected to top off in the low 60s today, and it just felt like as soon as you walked into the Stello's stands here on the home side that the temperature dropped about 10 degrees and had a stiff breeze as well. That's what Tyler's dealing with up on the press box. Certainly our camera crews have had worse freezing days here at Stello's. It's not one of those, but not as sunny and pleasant as it was yesterday. Pinkerton will kick off from their own 40, 12-minute quarters in New Hampshire high school football. End over end's going to land at about the 7 and go into the end zone on a bounce, touchback, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the team in purple, the Purple Panthers, who enter this game with a record of 1-4 in the South Division, where after last night's win, an exciting game we did last night, BG with a 1-point victory over North to take a commanding lead in the division. So in a passing formation immediately are the Panthers, but they're going to run it. It's a quarterback designed run, and diving off right tackle for a short gain on the play, Michael Rutstein has 3. 2nd down and 7 from their own 23-yard line. Just beyond it. So Rutstein with an immediate run play to his right. Of course, the big back in the South offense, Josh Campo, who is just to the quarterback's left as they snap this one with receivers split wide to the left and right. The handoff is to the trailer. Rousseau is a short gain there as he goes off the left tackle, looking for some sort of weakness, trying to probe this Pinkerton defense early for any openings they can come up with. So far, it's been tough going. A couple of short gains brings up 3rd and about 4. South looking to convert here so that they don't go 3 and out immediately to begin the game. So Rutstein maybe putting it up in the air for the first time. The blitzer for Pinkerton trying to time the snap. Gets back on side, and now might be an audible changing the play at the line of scrimmage by Rutstein. It was Matthew Harding threatening to blitz from his left linebacker position. He does blitz. It's Compo up the middle, and there's nothing there. The big back for South looking for an opening, but he could not get really past the line of scrimmage. Gang tackle by Pinkerton, and a punting situation crops up immediately here in the first series. Stingy Pinkerton defense, that front line. A lot of big boys. Look at the defensive end on the left closest to us. As an example, there's a punt. It's going to be fielded right at the 50-yard line. It appears they'll mark it at the midfield stripe. 1st and 10. The Astros with their first possession of the game. That's the left end for Pinkerton. Anthony DeSalvo is 6'4" and 230. And a lot of college programs would like to have that as their defensive end. So a stingy Pinkerton defense, a 3 and out for the South offense, and the Astros trying to go half the field here as they start out at the 50. Yanako, the running back, the eye back in this formation, gets the handoff, and he's to the right. He is pulled down after a short gain. South's defensive line looking pretty solid on that play. Just a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. As the Astros went right to the handoff to their star running back on the first play, Cole Yanako. They go right under center. No shotgun snap for the Astros. And another handoff to Yanako, and he's a round tackle this time. Still fairly short gain on 2nd down. Going to bring up 3rd and long. Nathan Campos is the senior quarterback for Pinkerton Academy. Will he put up the team's first pass here on 3rd and call it 5, 3rd and 5? South defensive line looking pretty solid in the first 2 plays. On this similar situation, South ran the ball trying to pick up the 3rd down yardage. Let's see if the Astros do the same or they put it up in the air. It will be a rollout pass play. Campos looking to throw, has a blocker. He's going to tuck it under his arm. He's knocked out of bounds short of the 40. It's going to bring up 4th and short. South defense being stingy here in the opening series for the Astros. They've got pretty easy decision to make here at the 41-yard line. It is the ideal 4-down territory, too far away for a field goal and pretty much too close to punt. You're not giving up that ideal of field position if you do fail to make it, but I'm sure the Astros have every intention of getting this yard to gain. They have Yanako kind of as a flanker off. They're going to go quarterback sneak, and it is it's a tough. He gets it. A lot of contact at the line, but able to slip through a crevice there, it appeared, was Campos. Nathan found it off between his center and his right guard. And they move the ball to the 39, 1st and 10. So the Panthers defense making the Astros earn every bit of that first down. Out of the huddle. Very traditional looking offense here for the Astros. They huddle up. They have a quarterback under center, and they hand off to the star running back, the eye back. Yanako has a big chunk this time on 1st down as they go wider on the Panthers defense. Out to the sideline. And instead of a short gain this time, it's a gain of about 8. maybe 7. 2nd down and 3, ball at the 32-yard line. So what looked like it might be a pass on the rollout play on 3rd and 5 turned into a quarterback run, a keeper, and then Campos carried again for the quarterback sneak. No passes yet, no passes needed apparently, as Yanako gets hit in the backfield and spun down. In on the tackle for South was number 54, Ryan. Make that Ryan. Nope. It was Brady Swisher, the senior defensive lineman, that blew that play up and makes it 3rd and short. 2 down territory for the Astros once again. North certainly had a lot of success punching the ball out on Bishop Girton's running backs last night. South may be looking to do a little bit of the same. Kind of a misdirection handoff. Can they get him in the backfield? Yes, big defensive stop, a tackle for loss. There were 3 or 4 Panthers in on that tackle, including numbers 7 and 81. Joshua Campo and Jake O'Connor just blew that play up. And it is a 4th and 5. Now this is a challenge for the Astros. They thought they might be setting up either 4th and inches, or they would have gotten the 1st down on that previous play. Tried a little bit of trickery, kind of a crisscross handoff in the backfield, and by the time it developed, several South players were in the backfield to greet the ball carrier for Pinkerton, who I believe was Jackson Mohan. The throw, the first of the game, and it is it intercepted? Yes, it is. What a defensive play. Jumping the route was Karsten Lemire. What a defensive play by Lemire. That was tight pass coverage. Campos looked like he might have telegraphed who the intended receiver was from the get-go, and Lemire, shadowing his man perfectly without committing any fouls, jumped in front and won the battle, the fight for the ball. It looked like both players, the receiver and Lemire, had an equal chance at it, and Carson wrestled it away as he stayed in bounds at the sideline. A turnover on 4th down via the interception. Huge play. Let's see if the Panthers can capitalize as they go back on offense for the 2nd time. We have played 6.5 minutes of the 1st quarter. Here's the pass to the right. One-on-one play. Struggling to get yards, but a good 1st down chunk. Swing pass from Michael Rutstein to Connor Rousel, who had some space to work with on the near side. Going to work one-on-one. Connor wearing those pink socks out of respect for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, I'm sure. Taking the lead on that. And the Panthers faced with a 2nd and 5 on the near hash mark. Just under 5 minutes to go 1st quarter. We're scoreless. Thought to pass, now pulls it down, finds a receiver just a yard short. That's Karsten Lemire who receives it, takes a wallop for his trouble. Don Terrio on the tackle for Pinkerton, but 3rd and a manageable 2 for the Panthers. They would dearly like to make this 1st down. They went 3 and out on their opening possession, and they had, I think, a 3rd and 4 where they ran the ball with Campo. Bit of success throwing it here for Rutstein. Let's see if he stays in the air to pick up these 2, or if he wants to follow a block maybe. He'll hand it off. Campo's going to plow ahead up the middle, and I think he's got the yards he needed.
Josh Campo on the carry.
1st down,
Nashua
for the Panthers. They trust their big back, Josh Campo, to get the yards. Of course, I think Astros had pass in the backs of their minds as they kind of spread out the defense there, and that created just enough of a gap that Campo needed. 1st down and 10, under 4 minutes to go. A lot of clock being eaten up here by these 3 possessions, 2 for South and 1 for the Astros, that have basically taken place between the 50 and the 20 of South. Oh, a big tackle for loss deep into the backfield. That's number 65 for Pinkerton.
Tackle in the backfield.
That is Jason Santuccio, 5'6", and 220 at 220 pounds, 5'6". He is a bull, and he got into the backfield, blew that play up. So this is going to set up a second and about 15 for the Panthers. This might be a must-throw situation for Rutstein to get a big chunk of this back to have any hopes of converting the first down. Straight drop, looking to pass to his right, deep down the hash mark, and is caught by Rousel. What hands by number 8 as he leaped to catch that. Good hands, Connor Rousel, to pull that down, and it's a huge pass play from Rutstein to Rousel for well more than they needed for a first down. They've got the ball into Astros territory for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Pinkerton. Rutstein showing off that arm and that teamwork with Rousel. Handoff, Campo to the right, puts his shoulder down and gets inside the 35-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4 on first down. Second, 2:17 to go, first quarter. This is a fast-moving opening period of football here at Stellos.
Second down, Panthers.
The Panthers, for the moment, outplaying Pinkerton. They've got an interception, and they've got a drive here into Astros territory. An otherwise even game on the scoreboard. Deep down the right sideline, he's got Rousel ahead of the field, and he catches it for a touchdown! A 33-yard touchdown strike from Michael Rutstein. Connor Rousel absolutely burned the defensive backs on that play. He got 2 or 3 steps behind the defense, and Rutstein put it on him. A 33-yard pass play. 6-0.
33-yard touchdown pass from Mike Rutstein, Connor Rousel.
I don't think the Astros were expecting the long bomb game from the Panthers, as they've gotten caught twice. Rousel getting behind the defender, his cornerback that was covering him, and the safety both times. And that was a beautiful diving catch in the end zone. Not a bobble. South going for the extra point after. The kick is up, and it is good. Carson Lemire on the hold from Michael Rutstein. And it is a promising start to this game for the Panthers. Up 7-0 with 1:49 to go in the opening quarter. Pinkerton coming in here as a big favorite. I mean, you look at their scores so far this season, and they have put up some big numbers. At Wyndham, 33-6. They beat Keene, 38-19. They defeated Salem, 49-21. Merrimack, 47-12. Londonderry was the loss. They went down at the hands of the Lancers, 21-10. In a home game for the Astros on September 24th, the only blemish on their record. And of course, South, on the other hand, has struggled here at Stellos and on the road. Their only win, a 43-42 thriller over the intra-city rival Titans. So certainly the Panthers would love to pull off the upset here, but there is a lot of football left to be played as Lemire will kick it off from his own 40. Low floater, bounces now inside the 20-yard line. It's collected just before it would have probably gone out of bounds. And a 1st and 10 coming up for the Astros at about their own 25-yard line.
Matt Morrison on the return, back to about the 25-yard line. 1st down, Pinkerton.
So the Astros will get their second bite of the apple offensively. Their previous drive ending abruptly on the Carson Lemire interception on 4th down and 5. See what the Panthers defense can produce here against this potent Astros offense. Over at Wyndham, game that started a half hour before this one. It is a 21-6 lead for the first place Londonderry Lancers over the Wyndham Jaguars. Game being played just down the road here on Route 111.
Gain of 8 yards.
8 yards on first down for the Astros. Of course, the Panthers want to minimize that, the big gains on first down. 1:10 to go in the first quarter. Campos is going to hand this off and drag down for a loss in the backfield. What a huge play. Number 56 for the Panthers, rightfully celebrating Matthew Harding.
56, Matthew Harding on the tackle for the Panthers in the backfield. Loss of yardage, 3rd down for Pinkerton.
So it was 2nd and 2. Now it's 3rd and about 8. So a 6-yard tackle for loss by Matthew Harding. How about that play? And that is a play that the Astros are probably going to delete from their playbook. It has not worked. Twice it's produced tackles for loss with Panthers in the backfield. That handoff to the slot back coming from the opposite side, trying the end around. It has been blown up twice. So the Panthers with an opportunity here to stop the Astros in their own end. I do not believe you're going to see Pinkerton go for it on anything more than or closer than 4th and 2 in this situation. In their own end. It could be a punting situation if South can come up with a stop here. Now, if the Astros go back up to the air, South has shown an ability to blanket cover the Astros receivers, and it's going to be a challenge for Nathan Campos to complete a pass here, but they might have to. 3rd and long. They're going to hand it off again. This is Yanako trying to turn the corner. He's going to be dragged down just beyond the 30. And decision time for the Astros on 4th and 4 yards. It'll be 4th and 4.
4th and 4 for
the Pinkerton. And the punting team is coming onto the field. What a huge defensive stop for the Panthers. They score a touchdown and they force Pinkerton to punt in the very next possession with a half minute to go in the first quarter. This game could not really have started in any more ideal fashion for Nashua South and their fans. It's now, I believe you're right, Nate. I think it's a number 48 on the punting for Pinkerton. Burlier punter than you might be used to seeing, but he gets the job done. A high arcing punt that's going to be fielded at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10. Decent field position. That was Picasso Bates, 6'2", 230 pounds, also plays fullback and linebacker that did the punting there. That's what most teams do, I think. They have auditions to see who can punt. And whether you're a fullback or linebacker-sized player, if you can punt, you can punt. Interesting double punt occurred in the NFL this past week, and it was a legal punt pulled off by, I think, the Seahawks punter. The first one was blocked, and he got a second one off that bounced and traveled 60 yards. The keeper and Rutstein greeted rudely in the backfield by Anthony DeSalvo, all 6'4" and 230 pounds of him. DeSalvo from his left defensive end position got in the backfield and laid a lick on Rutstein. So actually a loss of a half yard on the play. And it'll bring up 2nd and a long 10. Looks like South's going to be able to talk it over. We're at the end of the first quarter of play. 7-0, South leading early. And that's probably going to get the attention.
Nashua ETV is kind
In
enough to be recording and live
varsity
streaming a
football,
select schedule of
is
South
that the
and
Memorial
North varsity football
Bedford
games this
Bulldogs
season.
54,
Tune in to
Memorial
Comcast Channel 99 for
Crusaders
replays of these
14.
games or
A
online
40-point, 10 o'clock game this morning.
or
Pete Johnson, executive producer, giving me the score.
Nashua TV stream.
And what a decisive victory for. That's not a good day if you're Memorial. You got to get up. You got to go down and play a road game at 10 a.m. You're probably getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning or somewhere where they're about. Oh, was that Memorial? Okay, so they had a home game. Bedford travels, and they put up 54 points. Of course, every time I see Pinkerton, especially on the road like this, they remind me of Ohio State University.
We'll call it a long 10 for the Panthers.
Ohio State University, who put up about 35 points in the first half today against Maryland. Probably Pinkerton had aspirations or dreams of doing the same thing to the Panthers here in the first half, and instead it is 7-0 South after one period of play. As Rutstein goes back to the shotgun, 2nd and 11. He's going to hand it off. Campo trying to find room up the far hash mark, turn the corner. A decent gain there, but it's going to bring up 3rd and long for South as they suffered a loss of a half yard on the first play. Call that a gain of 4 by Campo. It's going to be 3rd and 7. One play after a Wyndham fumble, the Lancers quarterback Heenan hit Colby Ramshaw for a 19-yard touchdown. And Londonderry leading 21-6 with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter in Wyndham as Londonderry continues to march toward a New Hampshire South title. That is a completed pass to Campo. He's going to come down a yard short of the first down. Rutstein with a high pass completion percentage as he has, I think, connected on everything he's thrown. This one will be a full yard and a half short. Call it 4th and 2, short of midfield, and it looks like the Panthers are going to go for it. Of course, the danger here, great field position for the Astros if South doesn't make it. It'll be interesting to see what the play call here is. They have 3 receivers split to the far side left for Rutstein, empty backfield. Pinkerton looking like they're going to blitz the middle linebacker, and now Rutstein looks like he's going to change the play and even call a timeout to discuss what they're going to do on 4th and 2. Certainly the formation by South spread out the Pinkerton defense. Rutstein's had a lot of success throwing the ball. They should have confidence in his ability to complete a short pass here. Of course, he's had a couple of big hits to Rousel way down the field. Pair of about 30-yard pass plays. The touchdown pass from Rutstein to Rousel was 33 yards from scrimmage. Difference in this game. That would be a huge gamble on 4th and 2 to just go for another pass to number 8 deep. His foot speed, he could probably get loose again. But then there's that option right in front of you just to pick up the 2 yards and try to take more time off the clock and keep the Pinkerton offense off the field again. So decisions have been made by Scott Knight, head coach of Nashua South, as team goes back out onto the field, having used their second timeout of the first half. And it is a completely different formation here for South now. They have what looks like an I formation with Josh Campo, a running back, dotting the I behind Rutstein. He's going to give it to Campo. He's going to run it. Big gap. Good play call as it is effective. First down indicated by Josh Campo. Well, it did look like a running formation compared to the pass formation they had set up prior to the timeout. Pinkerton didn't fully sell out to the run, though, after all the success that Rutstein's had through the air. And once again, Campo got just enough of an opening in the line to exploit with that superior size and speed that he has. This is a direct snap, it looks like, to Josh Campo. He's going to run to the left. The Wildcat play for South, not too productive that time as he's tackled after a gain of inches on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Second down, Panthers.
So that one did really not affect the Astros defense at all. Matter of fact, it probably was not a good idea when you have had Rutstein in their head with these passes to take away any doubt in the minds of the Astros defense about who was going to get that ball and run it on that play. So they might want to scrap that one for a while. Rutstein back at quarterback, fakes the handoff, trying to find an opening. He's going to be wrapped up just beyond the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 or 8.
Interior line of the Astros, short game, 3rd down, Panthers.
So the Panthers may be thinking 2-down territory here. That punt might not be a bad idea if they don't make this, but right now, all eyes of the Astros defense, I'm sure, are on number 8, Connor Rousel, who's burnt them a couple times. He's got at least 3 targets, maybe 4, and pass receptions of over 50 yards total so far in this game. He's to be the go-to guy in the slot, looking for him, but flushed out, escapes the sack, throws on the run. He's got a man through the fingertips of Lemire. What a good play by Rutstein, just not able to haul it down. There was pressure from the backside. He got flushed out of the pocket, initially looking for Rousel. That play didn't have enough time to develop, but he found Lemire crossing the field and hit him in the hands. Unfortunately, Carson not able to haul that one down. And it is a punting situation for South on 4th and 8. And getting it away, Rutstein gets it out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Astros on their first possession here in the second quarter. Maybe it's their second. But they have no points yet, and this is one of those rare games for the Astros where they have no points yet in the first half. They put up some big totals at the expense of the opponents in Division South and in Division West here. So they're going to go with the run play, and good hits at the line of scrimmage again. That South defensive line with assists from the linebackers has been excellent. One of the offensive linemen lost a helmet in the midst of that play, and by rule has to come off the field. That was Adam Day. So substitute offensive lineman out there for the Astros. Gain of only, well, 1.5, 2 on the play. 2nd and long now for the team from Derry. Run into a tough South squad on this Saturday afternoon. Looking to pass deep down the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. A shoestring tackle, but a huge pass play. The ball was on the 22 of the Astros. It ends up on the 37 of Pinkerton.
Big gain for Pinkerton, 1st and 10.
Quick math, it's 28 plus 13. It's about a 41-yard pass play for the Astros. By far their best play in the air, maybe in the game. That really shifts the field as they've got great field position now. 1st and 10 with 7:20 left to go, looking to tie this game up, trailing 7-0. Faking the handoff, and keeper Campos is hit after a gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd and a long 5 for the Astros. So good deception there by Nathan Campos, the quarterback by Pinkerton. Induced a few of the South tacklers to look at the ball, would-be ball carrier, Cole Yanako, and then took off around left tackle. So 2nd down and 5 for the Astros. Gonna pass, looking right. Pulls it down, throws it over the head of the defender. That was actually a nice touch on that pass from Campos. He put it right into the hands of Yanako, but not able to pull it down. A floater. That could have been trouble for the Panthers, at least maybe first down yardage for Pinkerton, as yards after catch are always a threat when Yanako is the intended receiver. Instead, incomplete and third down and fairly long here for the Astros. 2 down territory. They are intent on tying this game up, trailing 7-0 with 6:29 to go in the half. Clock stopped after the incompletion. The fake handoff, the throw to the right. He's got a man ahead, and it's right in stride, and Yanako's going to take it in a 32-yard touchdown pass. Wow, this is tit for tat here at Stellos. A 33-yard touchdown pass thrown by South, a 32-yard touchdown pass thrown by the Astros. A wheel route for the running back. He came out of the backfield, curled down the sideline, and nobody stayed with him. He had about 2 steps on the defender and never had to break stride. Perfect form. Laid it in there, and Yanako took it to the house. So they're going to try to tie it now. Their punter slash place kicker getting the job done today is Picasso Bates.
Nashua South still leads 7, Pinkerton 6.
Picasso Bates. You know, when you go, I guess when you go to kindergarten and they break out the crayons, there's a lot of pressure on Picasso Bates right out of the gate. But he's a pretty good football player, let's say that. And we'll paint a picture of a good game here in the first half. They haven't put the extra point up yet. Was that good? Oh, he missed. Oh, he did miss. I got caught up in the beauty of the arc, but he actually missed it. So 7-6. Did it miss to the left? Is that what happened? It missed to the left? I guess it did. 6:22 to go, and we saw that happen in the game last night. Bishop Girton against North, and North's missed extra point early in the game, producing the 7-6 difference. There was a lot of football left to be played after that, but it ended up being the difference in the final score. A 1-point victory for the Cardinals.
Ball goes out of bounds. Flag on the play.
Tom.
John.
7-6. Does it bring back any memories from last night?
That kick looked like it was an instant replay.
Yeah.
That point after kick. Same team.
Right?
Booms it, slices it.
Slices out. I didn't know it was the slice.
Yep.
I thought it was a good kick.
No, I was down there level. I watched it. I said it has no chance.
North missed an extra point early in last night's game. You're thinking, oh, it's early. It won't matter. It ended up being the difference in the game.
Now, these coaches don't forget that extra point was missed because they had a 15-yard unsportsmanlike.
Oh, right. It was turned into like a field goal difference.
Right. So
distance. So South in a 7-6 game now. They do lead it with 6:22 to go, and they're going to hand it off. Rousseau finds an opening, takes a heavy hit though in the linebacker area, and that looked like the 5'6", 220-pound linebacker who brings a load. No, that's actually Anthony Terenzio. He's 6 feet 220.
Both teams,
Rousseau
John,
pays the price for that game.
Both teams excelling with the pass.
Yes.
Now, given that, South isn't very good at defending against the pass. They haven't been all year. But Mike Rutstein has got a better arm and throws a better ball than Campos. If you watch Campos, he flutters the ball a lot.
He does. But he's had some nice touch in his passes. Faking the handoff, rolling to his left. On the run, that almost was picked off.
Should have been picked off.
So as good an arm as Rutstein has, I think he'd like that decision
back to throw
that ball.
He threw it to double coverage. Not much room on the sideline. And in that case, the receiver was off balance and couldn't come back to the ball.
Russell Patrikas on coverage for the Astros really should have had an interception. The senior defensive back certainly played the receiver perfectly. And Rutstein nearly turned it over. Instead, it's going to be 3rd down and long.
3rd and long, I would
and
look for
7.
Rousel in a pass play here.
Yep.
He's their best guy, best hands.
And the
Let's see
safety
what
is
happens.
definitely paying attention. They're double covering Rousel, it looked like. Maybe not. They've got three receivers at this So
side.
he's one-on-one. He's going to go to the other way with a step on the defender, but I think that was Karsten Lemire, but
And
really
just
didn't get a step on the
right,
defender.
just a little bit too far.
Yep.
He had the step, John. Just the pass was overthrown. He had room in there to make the way the ball was
he was
thrown.
NFL open.
Well,
That's
the way
time.
right, exactly. The way the ball was thrown, he was
Yeah.
the only one who could make the catch.
Yeah. Justin Hebert might have laid it in there. Mac Jones might have laid it in there, but it would have taken a perfect pass. Instead, it's a 4th down punting situation for the Panthers. Get a pretty good one away, and it's going to be fielded fair catch at the 30. 1st and 10 for the Astros. More than enough time to maybe drive down and take the lead here.
It's a good football game.
It is a good game.
I mean, we're watching a good game, back and forth, and no one, if you notice, and this is the one thing that we're not used to so much, John, we haven't seen any breakaway runs yet.
No.
We really haven't. I think the longest run, there is one longer run of about 12 or 13 yards, I think, that Pinkerton had, and that's been about it. Everything else has been 4, 5, 3, 2 for both teams.
Yep.
5:23 left in the first half.
Souths has some success on 1st down, and they do again.
Yeah, they've done a good job of bottling up Pinkerton's running game when they've tried to go in between the tackles.
Matthew Harding having a monster first half on defense. He's actually shuttling off right now. There he is.
Yeah, there he is,
56.
56. He's had a great game.
Yep. And another tackle for loss. So it's going to be 2nd down and about 12 for the Astros. Took them a while to throw the ball for the first time in this game.
They
but
don't
they've had
throw
some
much.
Success.
They don't throw much
Yep.
unless it really dictates it, and they've always been that way. They're run first team, run first program with the wing T. They always have.
He rolls out, looking to pass short over the middle. It's complete, and it's going to be a tackle short of the 1st down. The tall receiver on the receiving end of that was Logan Goki, 6'2", 190. And it's a 3rd down and 3. G-O-K-E-Y. And he found some space, Tom. I don't know if that was a zone or what that was.
Well, he found some space. Plus, John, when you're 6'2",
Yep.
you got
Good
a
target.
Yeah, you got a good chance of reaching up and getting that ball. It's about a 10-yard gain.
So options here
Third
for Pinkerton.
and a long 2 from the 39.
I'm kind of expecting the run, you. There's the handoff, and it's the fullback.
Yeah,
He dropped it.
get
It's
it.
on the field. Scramble. That was the punter/field goal kicker who actually acts as the fullback, I believe, who had that ball. Picasso Bates slipped out of his hands. It's going to be 4th and short.
They're going to punt.
The Astros fortunate to get that back. Not going to press their luck. Looks like they're going to punt here.
Fumble on that play, but you know what, John? That's a big play. In that
Yeah.
situation, I give it to my best player. I need the first down.
I was really shocked that Yanako didn't get that.
And I
Tom.
think that they were looking to shock South.
And also go to the
didn't
wide
work.
side,
Right.
use his speed.
Right.
And Picasso Bates is going to try to make up for it with a good punt here. Rousel back to receive. It's kind of straight up in the air, and he's going to let it bounce. That's kind of one you want a fair catch. But it's not too big of a bounce. Ball will be spotted at about the 22. 1st and 10.
Why stomp the bleachers on a punt?
That's
That's
That
what the
was
fans were
curious,
doing.
wasn't it?
Yeah, do it on 3rd down. Don't do it on a punt. What are you doing?
There's fans of punting here today,
I
Tom.
mean, come on.
Maybe they thought that was a shotgun snap.
John, I'll tell you what, looking from the
the
sidelines,
quarterback.
looking from the sidelines, looking up in the stands, it almost looked like there's more Pinkerton fans than South fans here today. But I think the South crowd has
think
picked up a little bit, but not much.
I think you're right.
It's close.
Yep, it is.
It's close.
They're all watching on Nashua ETV,
Exactly,
Tom. We have a
exactly.
big audience today. who may be watching a huge upset in progress. It depends on this gentleman here, Michael Rutstein, in the game that he plays, and also Josh Campo puts his shoulder down, is hit near the line of scrimmage. Not too much there for Josh Campo today as far as gaps to run through.
No, Pinkerton's done a good job up front. You know, like I said, there haven't been any breakaway runs. If you take a look at both teams, where have their big plays been in the passing game? The line of scrimmage has been a deadlock for both teams.
So the Panthers setting up possibly for another pass play here. At second down and long. Rutstein takes the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Campo. He's trying to turn the corner. He does. Stiff arm. Can't shake the tackler, though. That could have been a big game.
That could have been a big game. Wrapped up at around the 28 and then brought down. He kept turning those legs and kept moving. But once that contact was made, that was it. But he still picks up 5 to set up a short third and about 4.
I believe that was Jacob Marchand, the defensive back
Number
who goes
7.
5'8". Was it 7 that made the
7,
tackle?
well, 7 was the one who grabbed his legs.
I thought it was 9.
Maybe it was 9.
They don't have a 7 out there. So
okay,
and he's not a big guy, Tom.
No, it was a single number.
155 pounds.
It was a single number, and he was a smaller player, but he got him on his legs. That's where he slowed him up.
You're 155 pounds, and you're starting for the
Astros.
Rutstein
with the run.
Tackler. Yeah, he's hitting near the line of scrimmage.
He's not going to get there.
Looks maybe short. 2 yards.
Looks short.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to dare go for it here in this part of the field. Do we have an injury timeout? Injury timeout. That doesn't look good. Oh boy, is that Rutstein?
It looks like it's Rutstein. He's pounding the turf, which is never a good sign.
Oh boy. There's a lot of big bodies on that Astros defense, and
yeah, that's definitely Rutstein because I don't see him in this group that came over. That's Mike on the side, on the ground.
Yeah.
And he knows what injuries are like. Injuries basically took him out of the QB running a couple of years ago after he played half a season. Lost the second half of the season.
Tom, I'm watching a replay of the play that Rutstein just got injured on. And I don't know if you can see this too.
No, let's see with the glare, because I'm outside.
Okay, I don't know if you can see it. He really got twisted up.
Yep.
That didn't look healthy.
Now he's up.
Is he?
He's up. He's up and he's walking. But he's
he is walking.
Yeah, he's walking under his own power.
Yeah.
Tough kid.
Yeah.
But when you see him pound the turf like that, you worry.
It's scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pounding the turf. And last time I saw a player pounding the turf, I think it was a BG player that Dante
Nieto, and that was, he pounded it hard. I mean, he knew.
He was in pain.
Right, and that play was suspect at best.
It's encouraging the way, really, that the Rutstein's moving. Is he's going to get trainer attention, but certainly isn't hobbling too badly. A timeout now for the Panthers. They used their last timeout. 1:25 to go in the half. 4th and 2. Backup quarterback coming into the game for the Panthers, or just actually the punting team is in the game for the Panthers.
With 1:25 left, Rutstein will probably have the whole halftime to try to figure out his injury situation and try to recover.
Yep. Well, who's doing the punting? Is it Karsten Lemire?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. So, hey, well, I'll stomp my feet on the stands again for the punter, like they did last time. That puzzled Tom King. He's like, why do you stomp the stands for a punt?
Stomping the stands on a punt?
This is an important punt right here, Tom. 1:25 to go in the half, and you want to put Pinkerton back as far as you can.
You do.
Lemire kicks it low. It's a low, kind of almost a spiral.
Oh,
great
good
bounce.
Kick, huh?
Oh, let's stamp the stands for that one. Look at the roll.
And I'll tell you
down inside the 15.
I'll tell you what. He is going to get an earful when he goes to the sidelines. Not Lemire, but the Astro receiver on the punt.
Tom, the ball line of scrimmage was the 30. What's the math on that?
Let's see. The line of scrimmage the 30, so that's 20 yards and
One punt.
20 yards plus 38. So that's a 58-yard kick.
58-yard punt for Karsten Lemire.
But Matt Morrison.
And no return.
But Matt Morrison, who's a freshman, looked like a freshman on that play. He did not field that punt when he should have.
Yeah, you mean that's the one that you dream of, right? The low liner?
The low liner, when he gets it, he can take off, and there's no, nobody's down there yet, the whole bit. So
yeah. That's a big difference because you catch that on the run going the other way. You're talking about 40-yard difference. Instead, the Astros have a lot of green to go, and they have their best running play of the game. Stumbling forward, Yanako has about 19 yards on that.
Yeah, they get some of the yards back from that punt.
Wow.
Yeah, probably to the point where the punt landed.
Wow. So not what the Panthers wanted to do, as it shortens the field for Pinkerton. Now we're under a minute to go. They are run-first offense, as Tom said. Clock is ticking under 50 seconds now.
They're going to have to put it up.
Yeah, they will if they think they have any idea.
So
and
lose movement.
We haven't seen a penalty in a long time.
There's movement. There's movement there. It's going to be against Pinkerton. It's going to go back. And if I'm Brian O'Reilly at 41 seconds left, I try one more pass play.
And that's it?
But I tell
that was a run, was it
but
not?
I tell my quarterback, if there's not open, just throw it away.
Throw it.
Just throw it away.
Throw it away.
Because you don't want them thrown into double coverage. Now let's see if
they
run here, which they are. Yep, they are going to run. So that's not going to happen.
Yeah, kind of crisscross in the backfield. That hasn't worked. They tried it 3 times now and a tackle for loss every time. So this is taking knee territory for the Astros on.
I think so.
2nd and 15 with 15 seconds left. They don't even have to run a play, do they? They just let it run out.
And that's what they will do. And they'll go into the half here at Stellos with the Nashua South Panthers putting up a score that will kind of
raise some
draw
eyebrows.
Some attention as they lead it at halftime 7-6. John and I will be back with the second half after a little break.
7-6.
7-6.
Did I see that right?
Huh? How about that, huh?
Good game.
I like
so
these
far
low-scoring games. Less I have to keep track of.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire for the second half of this high school football game between the host Nashua South Panthers and the visiting Astros of Pinkerton Academy. A much better game than we might have anticipated coming in, just based on paper with the scores that you've seen Pinkerton put up this season. South has struggled mightily in several of these games, but somehow they are ahead 7-6 at halftime here, and setting up an exciting conclusion to this one. Pinkerton gets the opening possession, 1st and 10 at their own 31. Tom, 7-6.
I mean, I just
South leads for the moment.
I just think that South is doing a great job defensively up front, stopping Pinkerton's running game from any breakaway runs, any long drives, and forcing Pinkerton to put the ball up in the air. And that's been the secret to their success in this game. The only difference is a missed extra point, otherwise they're deadlocked. So
right,
31-yard
so it's.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins, our cameraman today. Tyler Thompson up top here above the Stellos Stadium press box. It'll be a 1st down gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play for the Astros. And again, not giving up too big of a chunk on first down. South defense looking pretty solid.
Boy, they are. They're playing their best defensive game of the year. But South's weakness defensively has been more against the pass than it has been the run.
Of course,
And that's not Pinkerton's strong suit.
Big opening.
Yeah, look at this,
Yanako sprinting. He's threatening to go the distance from his own 34.
they'll
Can they
catch
get him?
No.
Campo gets him at the 10.
Yeah, I saw Campo close. I don't know if it
45,
was
Cole
Campo
Yanako
or
for
Lemire, I'm not
Pinkerton on
sure.
a
But
long
it
carry
certainly
up the middle.
looked like they were going to
Tackle
catch up to
by
him. But
number 7, Josh Campo.
all of a sudden I say they hadn't found any running
Oh,
success,
boy.
and look what happened.
Pinkerton.
Yeah, 56-yard run by Yanako. Cole Yanako with the biggest running play for either team today.
And is it first and goal without a first down? I believe it is. Yeah, the
Yeah.
60 down. So it's first and goal from the 10.
The full 10.
This is going to be interesting right here because you know what? This is not easy for Pinkerton.
The
First
red
and
zone.
goal from the 10. You know, they're going to have to really, really punch it. And
Yeah, and looks like South determined to make them earn every
yeah, I
yard.
think so. I don't, I don't see the ability to get that big hole like they had on that play because the defense is going to be more converged.
Yeah.
So,
At this rate, it's going to be 4th and goal from the 1.
I don't know if they
unless-
get that far. I think they're going to have
You
to
think
I think
so?
they're going to have to go wide. I think they may have to throw it.
Oh,
I wouldn't run it up the middle if I were Pinkerton. I don't know why they've insisted
wasn't
on
that
doing
how
it.
they got the 56-yard run?
Yeah, but John, I told you the
Yeah.
defense is more spread out that way.
Right.
This is different.
And the handoff is to Yanako. He's got a shirt tail tackle. He's just inside the 5. It's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 4. Or is it the where they put it?
Yeah, probably about
the 4.
About the 4, right.
So you're
you
right.
see what
Tough
I mean?
going here.
See what I mean?
Yep.
You know?
South selling out for the run a little bit more.
I
with
think
their backs up
I
against the goal
think
line.
you need to go wide on this Nashua South team. I think that's where they're weak.
They haven't figured that out yet.
You
though.
know,
I've seen that. It
yeah,
worked for
Pinkerton,
them.
Yeah, Pinkerton has not been able to do it. So let's, you got real estate on both sides. The hash mark is pretty much in the center.
Yeah.
So let's see what they do here. 3rd and goal on the 4.
It's a rollout. Looking to run and dives and he's in. Touchdown on the keeper.
That's what you do. You roll out.
Nathan Campos.
You roll out because the defense converged, and all of a sudden they have to spread, and that's tough to do on the fly when you only have 4 yards to play with.
Campos beats the South defense to the corner, or at least enough players to the corner that he could dive in there with contact and get the ball across the line. So it is a lead for Pinkerton. Their first lead in this game comes with 9:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 here, try to make up for that missed extra point.
If I'm going for 2, I try the same thing, but maybe go the opposite side.
Right? Looks like their main running back is a slot receiver to the left. He's curling back, and there's the tight end
they had
wide
the
open.
Tight end wide open. I saw him cross over the middle.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
It was an easy pitch and catch there with Anthony DeSalvo, 6'4", 230-pound tight end, basically uncovered. And it is a 14-7 lead for South. Well, they probably will go back to that play at some point out in the middle of the field.
Right. Exactly.
Great target. First target of the game for DeSalvo as a receiver. He's been a force on the defensive line for the Astros. Big question now, Tom. The health of the starting quarterback for South, Michael Rutstein.
Well, we'll see, right?
He's warming up right in front of us.
Yeah, he's healthy.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
We were talking about, injuries that hamper a player's ability at a high level during the halftime, myself and Tom off camera. Basically talking about Garrett Cole, the pitcher for the Yankees. But there's a lot of NFL quarterbacks that play dinged up all the time. I think Baker Mayfield's got a torn left labrum, and he plans to start the game tomorrow. But it's definitely got to affect your performance a little bit. I don't know if it's a knee or a leg issue that Rutstein had. He looks like he's throwing fine. Maybe we'll see more passes from him in the second half. And the kickoff by the Astros, end over end, is going to come down in the waiting arms of Josh Campo at about the 6. Good head of steam up the middle of the field, brings it back to close to the 30, at the 30-yard line.
Back to the 30-yard line.
First and 10 for South.
First down and 10 for Nashua South.
I think it's Roethlisberger's dealing with a hip.
No, I mean, Johnny's Roethlisberger should have retired after
He's
last
creaking.
year. That was pretty obvious after last year that he just wasn't able to do the extra things that made him such a great player. And here comes Rutstein. But look, Johnny still looks a little.
I wouldn't look for him to do so many running plays.
Yeah, I wouldn't look for that either. And, you know, we'll see if Pinkerton notices that as well.
Good to be young, though. You can bounce back quicker. The high school level, you would think.
Yeah, at my age, John, I don't even bounce back. I don't even bounce.
Unless you slip and fall in the winter.
And I don't bounce then either.
Stay down. That was Rousel.
You go down, you stay down.
You stay down. And I send you an ambulance.
They don't have that old commercial, I've fallen and I can't get back up for no reason. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, we say that goes without saying, Tom. You don't have to tell us you can't get back up. We know. Second down and a long 8 for the Panthers. A little bit of trickery there with almost like an end around for Rousel. The Astros not fooled. First possession of the second half for South. Rutstein calling the signals. He is going to fake the handoff and throw. Nice lob. No, it actually didn't make
nice
it to
play.
Rousel.
The timing on that is just has been on a couple of those plays that they've tried. The timing wasn't there.
Right. Minimal penalties in this game. I think we saw.
You just killed us.
Yeah, well.
You just killed us.
Saw about 20 flags last
night with that crew. You know, I mean, look, you know, Hall is a great referee, but so much attention to detail in that game. It was just driving me crazy. But if they're penalties, they're penalties. You know, I mean, I guess. But I mean, I just thought there was more looking for calls than there were seeing calls, you know?
I get you. 3rd and 8 here for the Panthers. Straight drop, looking deep down the right sideline. He's got Rousel with a step, and he's got it! Rousel down the sideline. He's in for a touchdown. Wow! That was a 68-yard touchdown pass from Rutstein to Connor Rousel.
And I think he beat the freshman corner again.
Wow.
Yep.
What a big strike offense this has been today for the Panthers. Tom, I was going to say it's been a while since Rutstein tried to hit Rousel for one of those go routes, and they did it again here.
There's 2 mistakes that Pinkerton made on that play. One, they went for the ball instead of trying. They went for the interception instead of trying to knock the ball down, which could have easily happened. Okay. 2, when Rutstein was under pressure, the defender, and that PAT is going to be good, and we're tied.
We are tied at 14.
Right. And 2, when Rutstein was being rushed, you've got to get your hands up. You're taller than he is. You've got to block his line of vision so he can't elevate the pass as well. And they didn't do that. You know, you're coming right at him, getting your hands up, and that will disrupt the quarterback flow. And that didn't happen. And Rutstein throws such a good ball. And Rousel has great hands and was able to play the ball against a younger, smaller defender. And there you go. You get your 68-yard touchdown.
He did a nice job of hand fighting for that ball, too, because it was slightly underthrown, but he slowed down just enough.
Right, and that's why, and what Rousel with his hands is, you know, I'll go with Rousel against anybody.
Yeah.
You know, so.
You know, too, he's a really good hands guy. I mean, you hardly see a bobble when he gets the ball.
No, exactly.
In his
you know,
fingertips.
and that's if I'm not mistaken, that was 22. That was the same kid on the punt, right?
Yeah.
I think, and that was a freshman. You know, according to the roster, he's a freshman, and they picked on the freshman, and that's a great thing to do. I'm surprised Pinkerton's got a freshman out there. If that is
it
the
looked
grade.
like double coverage to me too, Tom. Didn't it? Did he get safety help?
It was
that?
one. He didn't have any help.
Basically one-on-one.
If there was a safety here, he was way
late. He was there
late.
late. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, this is. Yep.
Astros going to return this past the 30 and drag down outside the 40. Good run back for the Astros. Good field position. 1st and 10 in this newly tied game, 14-14.
But boy, Connor Rousell is giving himself a highlight reel.
He certainly is.
You know,
if you had him in fantasy, Tom, you're happy.
With those two
right?
catches.
He's over 100 yards.
Yeah, exactly. With those two
Just
catches.
those two.
Right. So
33 and 68. And he's
good
had a
game
few
here.
others, too. He's had a few other catches in this game.
Boy, last year and the year before was the year of the blowout. This year anything but for
Campos
us.
has room on the
Oh,
right side. He
my.
may go
Oh,
inside
my.
the 30. Josh Campo again runs him down. Good thing, because he could have broke it.
Yep, and I'll tell you what, Pinkerton at halftime made some kind of adjustment in the run game, and it showed on those two long runs, Yanakos and Campos.
38-yard
They've
run.
made an adjustment.
First and 10, Pinkerton.
Yeah, he had the ball on his own 43. He gets to the 19. I have it as a 38-yard run there for Nathan Campos on the quarterback keeper. So where one quarterback, South, he's a bit hobbled, certainly Campos not the case. He's got great foot speed and he looks 100%. As Yanako gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage and tackled.
Right, Yanako made the mistake on that run of following the crowd. What he should have done was step to his left. See, there was no opening, step to his left, and he would have had a ton of yardage on the left side.
Great play there by several Panthers, including Colby Vancelette. Haven't said his name enough. He's one of the reasons why a lot of these Pinkerton runs are getting stopped at the line of scrimmage, number 53.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of defensive linemen who are going to love the film session after this game.
Yeah. And there's the handoff. No, it's a keeper. Campos trying to turn the corner. Big hit. And he's down. That was Campo bringing it. Also, Rousell wants out. I think he had some head contact there, unfortunately. You don't want to get him hurt. Two-way player, Connor Rousell. I don't know if he's got
Yeah, he's coming out right now, and he's going to get checked out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, because that was a heavy collision, and I thought it might have been Campo, but I think it was
Is he going to get checked out?
Rousell.
No, he's out on his own. They're not taking a look at him, but the trainer's starting to meander over there just to see him.
Yeah. He's trying to clear his head after inadvertent helmet-to-helmet there. Or at least his helmet hit Campos hard. Rolling out, Nathan Campos going to float it, and it's off the fingertips of the intended receiver.
He missed a wide-open receiver.
So tumbling to the turf, opportunity knocked there for the Astros. They could have completed that one. It might have been a touchdown.
And they'll probably go for it.
That was number 20, the intended receiver for the Astros.
Wide open.
Caden Michaud, not the tallest target, 5'8" and 150 pounds, but he was wide open, as Tom said.
If I'm them, I try to get that tight end. You know,
that was a well-designed pass route. I mean, it was a surprise, certainly. That was the first
right,
target of the
game.
game.
Right, but you know what?
Michaud.
Campos doesn't have great touch.
Right.
So, you know,
that was the key there. You needed great touch.
You needed great touch, but you also needed good hands.
4th down and 5, Tom. Chance for a big stop here for the Panthers.
Looks like Yanakos may get
rolling out.
Pass.
Campos looks like he wants to throw it. He will. It's intercepted. The step up and the pick. Huge play. Is that number 2 or is that 7? Who got that pick? That was a terrific play for the Panthers. Karsten Lemire steps in the way.
Number 12.
Number
yes.
12.
Yes.
Wow, he read the quarterback's eyes, kind of baited him into the throw, Tom, and just picked it clean.
Well,
and Astros are lucky he didn't take that
the mistake that
distance.
Campos make, obviously, he underthrew the ball. He was going for that tight end. Okay, he underthrew the ball, but he had Yanako wide open in the flat.
Something else he did. I thought he had room to run for the first down, too.
Yeah, he had all sorts of plays. He had 3 choices to make, and he made the worst one. Threw it into a crowd. Never throw it into a crowd when you're down near the goal line.
Meanwhile, the Panthers with a chance to retake the lead here. They were up 7-6 earlier. And 1st and 10 from their own 16. Gain of about 2. 2nd down and 8.
Second interception by the Panthers.
2nd and 7, make it.
So
yeah, they've also induced a fumble. They didn't recover it, but encouraging for the South defense. Certainly what they are not doing is letting the Astros march down the field and score in every possession.
Right.
Having to work for every first down. Rutstein Will he throw it? This certainly looks like a passing formation. Straight drop, looking to his right. He's got Rousel in space. Puts his shoulder down. He's got the first down.
Yeah.
Connor Rousel.
And how is Rousel wide open like that on a play where nobody's near him?
First down.
You know, but again, Pinkerton linemen going towards Rutstein. They've got to get their hands up. You know, they've got to block his vision. They're not doing it. That's a great play. Rousel is just basically single-handedly thwarting their defense.
I know.
Super job by Connor Rousel.
Yeah. Edelman-like game for him today. He's just been terrific.
Yeah.
So Rutstein has had a lot of success through the air. Not so much on these run plays on first down. Let's see if they change it up and just stay up top. And they're going to hand it off. Campo puts his head down. He's going to be stopped. Oh, he's still on his feet. Falls forward. He will get credit for that, I think, for that yard.
Gain of about a yard.
2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
So what is it, Tom? They need to run wide on this? Just not having that much success on first down.
Well, I think, too, I mean, everybody knows that Josh Campo's their main guy, but I think anytime you run wide on a defense, if it's not really set up that way, you're going to have some success.
2nd and long. Rutstein may want to go back to the air here. We'll see. Certainly has plenty
That's
of
just
receivers.
it. High school defenses against the pass. They're never very good. Pinkerton has not been good today, neither is Nashua South, but their timing is off
bobble.
on that.
Campos going to get the carry, pulling his way forward. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4 or 5.
Yeah, that bobble right there. He's lucky there wasn't anybody coming in on a blitz. Otherwise, that bobble would have ended up in a white jersey's arms.
For the Panthers.
So
it's a great job by Campo to get those 5 yards. 3rd and 4 from the 34. And where is Mr. Rousel?
Yeah, you want to know.
Where is he lined up?
He's near slot in the pink socks.
Yep.
And Rutstein, straight drop, looks for a Rousel
immediately,
and it's almost picked off.
Well, it was a high throw.
It was a high throw,
If there was going to be an interception on that play, it would have been behind Rousel and not in front of him because the ball was so high.
You know, Rutstein's got such good instincts. I kind of think he saw the defender jump on that route, and it changed his throw for the better.
Yep.
He threw it away, basically. And it is a punting situation. So it is still 14-14. A defensive battle at the moment. Both offenses struggling against stingy defenses. And Lemire with the punt. Kind of a wobbler with a decent bounce for South, and it's going to get inside the 35-yard line.
Pinkerton can't get anybody near those punts, can they?
Turns into about a 34-yard punt or so. And
it's a good job by Rutstein. He's kicking it where they ain't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There needs to be fair catch practice, though, Tom, somehow. I think that was away from maybe the deep man, but he's looking to run over there and maybe grab it. See that at the high school level a lot.
Well,
guys
look
just
at
don't want to deal with it.
Look at what we saw last night on special teams. It was a nightmare for both coaches.
Yeah.
Be a lot of work on both sides on Monday with special teams play if they have practice on the day off. I don't know if they're doing it or not, but whenever they get back to practice, both North and Girton will be working on a lot of special teams.
Straight drop, throwing on first down. Campos hits the receiver. In stride, he turns the corner, first down, slips 2 or 3 tackles before Josh Campo drags down the receiver for number 20, Caden Michaud. A well-designed pass play on first down by the Astros, and a big gainer.
Yeah, an 18-yard gainer, but a good play. That's the kind of play that Pinkerton can make. The short outs.
Yep, high percentage throw.
The high percentage throw and let the guy run after the catch.
The Astros up to the line of scrimmage quickly, a yard into Panthers territory. Short gain on first down as Yanako is pulled down by the defensive line of Nashua South. Numbers 81, Jake O'Connor, and also Colby Vancelette make it tough going for the Astros ball carrier. Second down and 8.
Yeah, gain of 2 on that play. Again, up the middle hasn't been there except for one big play. A lot of room to that right side towards the top of your screen. Let's see if Pinkerton looks for some kind of territory there. I would keep it away from the middle of the field because Mr. Rousel is right there at around the 36.
Yanako getting the handoff as he comes around, tries to turn the corner. Not too much there, though. Short gain
No,
on second
good
down.
job by South to spread the defense out and make sure, and I think they snuffed out that play. There have been a couple of times, John, when I've been down on the field in this game, and South has said, this play is going this way. They know. They've studied a lot of film, you can tell.
Good for them. Yeah, at that time, Cole Yanako lined up as a kind of like an H-back. He was off to the side of the line like a flanker, and he came from left to right.
And he's that way now, I believe. Yeah. He's on this side.
Straight drop. Campos looking to pass to his left, now to his right. He's going to tuck it under his arm, and he's got the first down.
Oh, he's got a lot
to
more
the
than
30,
that.
the 20.
He's in.
And he is down the sideline. He stays in bounds, or no, he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 15.
15-yard line.
Yep.
Fortunately for the Panthers, Nathan Campos steps out of bounds after a big gain. Ball was on the 45. Gets it down to the 15, a 30-yard quarterback run.
But again, here is where Pinkerton now, after that great run by Campos, has had trouble. I mean, that's a good run by Campos. All the defense is back to cover the receivers. He's got a lot of room to go.
Yeah.
If there's not a linebacker there, he's off to the races. But here's the thing now, Pinkerton, their offense.
Stalls in the red zone?
Yeah, it certainly seems that way against this defense.
Kind of at a loss of what to come up with creatively in this situation. The handoff to Yanako. He's hit in the backfield, wrapped up and down. Rousel, what a game.
Everybody knows it's going to be Yanako. You got to line him up in a position where he's going to be able to do some things, and they're not doing that.
Josh Compo and Connor Rousel blowing the play up.
Boy,
only a gain of 1.
They gave him a gain of 1. It looked like he had lost yardage on that. That's an interesting spot. Forward progress, I guess.
Spun around and got it, I guess.
Forward progress, I guess.
Yeah, only a half minute to go here in the third quarter. We have a very exciting game through 3 quarters. It's tied 14-14 here at Stellos.
This big call here. If I'm picking it up, I don't run it. I got to put it up in the air.
And they will run it. The fullback bowling forward is down short of the 10. It is going to be 3rd and long.
For a gain of about 2 or 3.
3rd down and 6.
And we're going to be looking to our right now, John Collins.
Oh no, it's the timeout for the end of the
yeah,
quarter.
We're going to be looking to our right now.
The sun is out here at Stellos.
Yes, it is.
So how about this game? Hopefully there's a big crowd watching at home on Nashua ETV, Channel 99. John Collins along with Tom King, our cameraman Tyler Thompson today, and executive producer Pete Johnson next to me. Nate Mazerol's handling the public address today, doing a great job. We have a beautiful setup here for a fantastic finish, Tom. 14-14 entering the 4th quarter.
It's going to be interesting, starting with this play.
Yeah. Connor Rousel has played so well. You hope he finishes it out. But Astros, of course, have other ideas. Coming in here with the record that they had, and you look at the record that South had, there were a few people who thought this might be a blowout here today, Tom. It is anything but.
Anything but. It's a great football game and a testament to South and what they've done to prepare for this game.
Yes.
For our great chain crew.
End of the 3rd quarter, down the street in Wyndham, Londonderry leads the Jaguars 27-13. Wyndham trying to play tough against the dominant team in southern New Hampshire, the Londonderry Lancers, who beat this Pinkerton team pretty handily in their meeting in Derry earlier this season. And the Londonderry coaching staff probably watching with a little bit of interest in this game, Tom. See if they can put 2 games between themselves and the 2nd place team in their division. They get some help from the Panthers. So back to the red zone, back to work for the Astros, but a key 3rd down play
it
here.
Sure is.
You dare go for a field goal, and if you get stopped here just to take the lead? It depends on where they end up, I guess, on this 3rd down play. In motion. The tight end.
Got to put it up.
You going to throw to him? Handoff is Yanako.
Oh,
he finds
no,
an opening
wow.
and he's in.
That's interesting. I didn't expect that.
You know what? I think the Panthers may have thought it was going to be a pass play too.
It was a good block.
Up front.
Yep, a good block by the player who's limping off.
That's number 66 for
yep.
the Astros.
He's
You're
got
right. It was he ran right behind George Nigro.
Pulled something in his left leg.
6'6", 320.
Boy, that's a big run by Yanako.
Players they've got on this team. 6'5", 330.
Boy.
That's 68 Dawson. He is a sophomore, number 68.
So let's see.
Looking at their offensive line, that's some pretty big boys.
I think they probably need to kick this. I wouldn't
Yeah.
go for 2 here because you give South the advantage to come down and score and then take the lead with an extra point. And Rutstein has shown he can hit them. So if
Yeah.
I'm Pinkerton, I just go for the simple PAT kick, but I make sure my kicker drills it.
Yeah.
But there's a
so-
lot of talk
There is.
on the sidelines
extra
a
point.
simple extra point. So let's see what they're going to try to do.
Makes you think. They might
Sure
try
does.
for 2 here.
Yep.
The discussion is, I think if you're South, you kind of welcome the chance to stop a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, if I'm South, I'm saying great, go for 2, try it.
Nice to see
Yeah.
Carson Lemire walking off.
Instead of the more automatic extra point.
There was an injury timeout too, as Carson Lemire was down, so that
That
delayed
was it.
things.
Yeah,
So
they had to talk it over.
Right.
You're going for the extra point.
Yep.
After all that, you're right.
The extra point attempt for
So
Pinkerton.
there's the injury. Picasso Bates.
big point here, John. Real big point.
Yeah.
After what we've seen the last couple of days, they're all big
1-point
now,
games.
right? High snap.
And end over end, it is good.
Yeah, just barely though, John. Did you see that? It tucked inside the upright on the far
on the
side.
right side.
He's still leaning him to the left.
Oh, to the left, yes.
Yep.
21, Nashua South, 14.
But it counts, and it is a 7-point game. A few ticks into the 4th quarter. 11:56 remaining. South back on offense when they receive this kick, we hope. Scott Knight went for it in that game against North. He had an option to kick the extra point and a tie at a 42-41 game. South went down and remember that scored that touchdown, Josh Campo from about 8 yards out with no time left, an untimed down.
Yep. Oh, that was.
And
you know,
Scott Knight had a decision to make. You want to kick the extra point, go to overtime, or do you want to go for 2?
He saw the momentum. You
He
know?
might do it again here. Who knows? You know, if he comes down,
yeah,
and
he's got nothing to lose. He might as
nothing
well,
to lose, right?
Right.
if he comes down and it comes down to a 1-point game with a 2-point conversion as an option, stay tuned. So Picasso Bates will kick off for the Astros from their 40-yard line. As the sun makes an appearance late here at Stello's. End over end, Josh Campo is going to get a chance to return with some space as he starts out from right to left, goes up the middle, still on his feet. So tough to bring down at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they need to kick it away from him if you're Pinkerton.
The 40-yard line.
If you're South, you're saying, I like it.
Yeah. Certainly a threat to go the distance, but he is stopped after about a 25, 30-yard return. And 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 40. Rutstein, who's got to have about 150 yards just throwing to Rousel.
And you know what? And you know what? We'll see it again.
Going to go back to him, you
Oh,
think?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Of course, he's also throwing to Karsten Lemire. I don't think
And
he's...
look at Rousel. Look where he is. He is going to have a defender on him, but not right away, as the defender is 6 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, respecting that foot speed. Big cushion. And the handoff is to Campos. Good cutback up the middle. He is close to first down yardage. Josh Campo on the carry.
For a gain of almost 10.
Let's call that a gain of 9.
Yeah,
or
9 would be
2nd and
second
1.
one. But you know what? This is Campo time. He missed a few fourth quarters early in the season with his cramp issues.
Yep.
That's not an issue right now. And in a fourth quarter, a back like Josh Campo can really wear a defense down.
Rutstein limping back out onto the field for the second half Astros kind of sense he's not going to run it too much, but there's that threat of the pass that is spreading the defense. The handoff is to Campo, trying to go wide to the right. He's got a first down, dragging a player with him
Again on the carry out
close to
right.
the 40.
And that's good for another Nashua South first down.
About an 8-yard gain there for Josh Campo. 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Astros 43-yard line. So good mix of run and pass here for the Panthers.
About our rookie PA football announcer here, Nate Mazeroll, huh? He's doing a good job.
Good voice.
Filling in for Jason Roby today.
On the ball. So South on the move here. 1st
Lot
and 10.
of time left in this football game.
Yeah, not yet a factor.
10:56.
End around. Rousel trying to beat the tackler, and
That's
it's
a
textbook
tough
for
play.
the Astros. Again, there's that.
Well, you know what you do.
Cornerback
Yeah,
again.
you know what you do, John. You make the running back go too far.
Yeah.
You know, from way on one side all the way to the other. And Rousel didn't look like he had the footing. Did you notice that? He wasn't exactly.
I thought I saw some fatigue.
Yeah,
actually.
he wasn't exactly running at full speed.
Yeah, you know, and great tackle again by the defensive back, Russell Patrikas, number 5. He just wasn't going to let Rousel get any yards, turn it up the field.
2nd and 11 from the 44.
Rutstein, passing situations. Going to look to his right. He's hit as he throws. It's incomplete. 2 big hits. And they're going to call it. Defenseless receiver. And they're going to call it a personal foul.
I don't know about that.
Rousel's going to get up.
That's a tough. What's the defender supposed to do? He thinks the ball's going to be thrown to that guy. He's
Well,
not sure the ball's going to be overthrown.
I know, but you've seen that, Tom. The defenseless receiver rule is kind of new in recent years, right? They're basically telling the defender you didn't have to hit him that hard because he's missing the ball. He's jumping up in the air. He's in a vulnerable spot. And
personal foul against the Astros.
That's a big,
It is a big call.
and a big break for Nashua South.
and it looks like he was indicating a head hit there.
Yeah, that could have
Yeah,
been.
yeah.
It could have been a hit to the head.
Yeah.
And I think if we see it again, then you're probably going to see that.
Right.
So,
And you know, Rousel has taken a couple of hits to the head. I'm
Yes.
watching the replay right now, so I'll be
Yep.
able to tell you for sure, Tom, where the hit was.
yeah,
Throws to Rousel. Oh, yeah, he got him really
got him in the
high.
head. Yep,
Yeah.
got him high. Yep, good call.
Yeah. And here's the running play.
he's
Rousel
got a little more
to
head
the
of steam on this
right,
one.
and he puts his shoulder down, runs over the tackler.
On the run,
Pretty
right
good gain on
front.
1st down for the
Holding
Panthers.
against Nashua South.
Holding call. So the flags come out now.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be a killer right there. That was a good gain on 1st down. It's going to get erased. Spot foul. It's going to be 1st and a distance here in a moment.
I still like, even though Pinkerton has driven the ball down twice, I don't know why I feel this way. I still
10-yard
like
penalty.
Nashua South's ability to move the ball better than I do
About the
Pinkerton's
40-yard line.
in this game. I don't know
First
why.
down
You just get the
You know, you
sense
just
after
get that
watching
sense,
enough
right.
plays.
You know, you get that sense. It's a little easier for South.
That's it. They've
Right.
had more ease of especially those big strikes they've had.
Yep,
They're going to need another one here, Tom.
yep. 1st and 21 from the 40.
Rutstein.
To get
I
to
don't
the,
think he's making any
have to
secret that he's
get to
going
the
to throw
nine-
this.
Have to get to the 19. Well, you never know.
Straight drop.
Yeah.
He's got protection. Throws deep down the middle, and it is over. The intended receiver, Rousel.
Boy, mark it down at 9:27 left in the game. Connor Rousel wasn't able to get a ball that probably, with a little bit more, could have been hauled
Maybe
in.
a better timing on the jump. Don Terrio on the coverage, number 21 for the Astros. Those two have been dueling a lot today. Terrio and Rousel. That one was just above the fingertips of Connor, and it is still
I'd try
20 yards to go.
I'd try Lemire down the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, maybe switch it up a little bit.
I'd try
target.
that. See if you can get a step on his defender.
And maybe just get 5 or 6
Nope,
back
they're looking
here.
the other
Oh,
side.
he will. It is to the tight end, and it's number 81,
Michael Ruff,
Jake O'Connor on the
Yeah,
reception.
we haven't called his name much, but that's
Jake O'Connor.
that's somebody who can figure in the passing game, especially on a seam play.
Yeah.
About 5 yards.
That was thrown to the short
Third down.
side. So now it's 3rd down and 15. Now 3rd and really 16. They've
Yeah,
got to get to
they're 16.
they've got to get to the 19-yard line, not the 20,
Yeah.
the 19.
2 down territory here for the Panthers. Hopefully they can cut down this distance in half on this play. Let's see. They have 3 receivers split to the left. Rutstein calling signals. He's got Campo and a jump. And if they don't see motion on the offense, this could be a bonus 5 yards.
It's going to be a bonus 5 yards.
Yeah.
The referee just made the signal.
Encroachment on the defense.
Yep.
Good
5
job on the
yard penalty.
cadence by Rutstein. So
Yeah, that's what
still
appeared to be
third-
the
yep,
thing, the hard count.
3rd
So
and 11 from the 30. So now
manageable now.
very
The way he's
manageable.
throwing the ball.
Yeah, exactly, John. Good point. Very manageable the way that Rutstein has thrown the ball and the way that players like Rousel have caught it.
So Jake O'Connor with the previous reception. Rousel's been targeted a bunch of times.
My
Lemire also.
guess is O'Connor on a diagonal to the right.
Straight drop with time.
Yeah,
now flushed.
they were looking that way.
Throwing off his back foot. It's complete. And that looked
Short.
like it was
Short,
but
of a first down.
it gets back some yards though.
Right, so now it sets up a manageable 4th down play.
That was Nathan Smith, number 11
But
on the
I
reception.
tell you what,
Well,
Pinkerton has not been able to get to Rousel. We haven't mentioned that. They protect,
Fourth
not
down for the
Rousel, but
Panthers.
Rutstein. They've protected him pretty well in this
They
game.
have, yeah.
5 6 yards.
And that was an impressive throw off bounce back foot. Got it to Nathan Smith. Now, if they can convert here and overcome the penalty, how huge would this be on 4th and 5?
I think in a way it may be the game right here. 4th and 5
could
from the
be.
24.
Yeah, it could be. And Rousel is split to the left in the slot in between O'Connor and Lemire. He's going
got
to throw
time.
it to Smith, and he has it inside the 5. Touchdown, Nathan Smith. They're going to down him at the 1.
Down at the 1, yep.
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know about that either.
He had a long reach there.
Yep.
Nathan Smith, how did he hold on to that ball?
Well, again, the
Third down.
Astros went for the ball, and it went right through their hands, and he
Great
grabbed
play
it.
for the Panthers.
Pinkerton,
Was that Smith or Lemire?
it was number 11, wasn't
It
it?
was 11?
I think so.
I think it was 11, yeah. I saw them both in the celebration, and I doubted myself for a moment, but I think it was Smith because Lemire was split to the left to start the play. So changing up his targets, Rutstein gives it to Campo. He lowers his shoulder. Is
Should
he
be
in?
Should be in.
They say he's short again.
Yep.
Combo
Wow, and he gets up in the end zone.
I know. How does
stuffed by the Astros.
Wanted to see the replay on the Nathan Smith play inside the 5.
Second down and goal.
Well,
This
it was
is
it.
it.
It was
4th
it.
and 5. I'm
It
watching
was
the replay right now. It's a little delayed
It was
here
another
off camera.
example of Pinkerton not knocking the ball away and going for the interception, right?
Yep. Oh, he had his knee down, but the ball, I believe, was
Over
just
the-
on the goal line when his knee hit the ground. I don't know. It's one of those things they'd look at for about 10 minutes. And Campo's got all kinds of room.
Oh,
He
he's a
waltzes in, and now decision time for Scott Knight and the Panthers.
Yes.
Do you want to just tie the game with 7:20 to left? I'd just go for the tie and let the defense go to work, but it's up to him. We saw him in a similar situation late in the game, or actually the end of the game against North. Go for it, go for the win. Down 1 with the 2-point conversion option on the table. They're just going to kick it and try to tie this game.
Yep.
For the extra point.
Yeah, 7:20 to go. No need to gamble.
Yeah, no
this
need to
early.
chase points here or try
Right.
to gamble early. Yep.
Karsten Lemire for the all-important extra point to try to tie it. He gets it up and through. It's a good. It's a
It is good.
extra point that ties the game at 21 all.
With 7:20 left to play in the game. Nashua South 21.
One of the better football games we've seen all year. We've seen some good ones here. 2 weekends in a row, or not 2 weekends in a row, but we've had back-to-back good games on weekends here on ETV a couple of times this year, and this is one of them.
Yeah,
I
I
think it
said
was
it was
the-
going to be tough to top last night's
yeah,
game.
we had
and
the North-South game, and then we had the Girton-Salem game back-to-back. They were really
Right.
good football games, you know. So
depending on the finish, it could actually top last night's game. We'll have to wait and see.
Always.
7:20 remains. And 21 all here at Stellos. What a battle this is. South has basically kicked the ball deep every time, having watched North and Bishop Girton go at it. And all those squib kicks, Tom, it must have been about, I don't know, a dozen squib kicks in last night's game. We haven't seen any yet here today. I don't think the Panthers will try one here either. They're going to depend on their defense to pin the Astros deep, if they can manage it. The deep men for the Astros are actually out on the 15-yard line. I don't think Lemire can, I don't know, kick it over their heads, I guess. Karsten from his own 40. There's a low wobbler that's going to go toward the sideline, but they got to
play it because, yeah, exactly. You got to play it.
What if it doesn't go out of bounds, right?
Right.
So it's Caden Michaud who jumps on the live ball. And no return at all for the Astros. The Panthers will take it. That's probably by design, the way Karsten kicks that. So 1st and 10. At halftime, Nate Masrell made the announcement that former Panther Sean Holland
scored his first touchdown at Fordham, right?
Backup quarterback for Fordham. They're playing against Wagner at Fordham. I looked it up. Jack Coffey Stadium. And it was a 34-yard touchdown pass, I guess. There's a throw over the middle. It is complete to the tight end. Shakes the tackler. Rousel trying to drag down the much bigger player. He can't. Stiff arm. And what do we have?
Stepped out.
Stepped out of bounds. I was going to say he wasn't ever tackled. Big load. Number 87, Anthony DeSalvo at 6'4" and 230. I mean, he's got pro size out there, Tom. And Connor Rousel, it was a mismatch as he tried to bring him down.
47-yard line.
Great football game.
It certainly is.
Great game.
So 1st and 10, the Astros near midfield. A handoff to Yanako, plunges through the right
if
side.
You're Pinkerton, this is where you start to run the ball because you want to take time off the clock, so if you're able to get it down there.
Either you go ahead or the clock runs out.
Exactly, you know.
Right. South, meanwhile, would love to punch the ball loose again. They haven't been able to get Yanako to bobble one or the quarterback, Campos. Let's see what transpires here on 2nd and 4. The keeper looked like Campos just went with it like kind of a quarterback sneak.
Should be close to it.
And he got close to a first down. They're eyeballing it. Actually, the spot.
Mark it all the way back at the 43, but it's still close. He's got about the nose of the ball maybe to get there. Nope, they're going to say first down. Sticks are moved. We're at a bad angle. We're just a little off to the side, to the left side from it. So where we both are standing, I'm outside, just outside the press box. John Collins is inside the press box. It's a nice, cool afternoon. Cloudy. Sun has gone back behind a solid wall of clouds now. I think it's going to be just a cloudy weekend without any precipitation. Am I right? I think
that's what I saw too. And then it's going to turn into a glorious week of sunshine and 70s.
Weekend, right? So.
Keeper Campos trying to turn the corner. He's met and downed by Michael Rutstein. The quarterback playing both ways. Actually, Mike lost his helmet there. Get a chance to see the flow as he comes off.
2nd and about 8 for the Astros.
Great hit though, and short gain for the Astros on first down.
Still though, you take away a couple of runs, and South has done a good job up front.
I think they'd love to induce the Astros to have to throw here to earn this.
If I'm Pinkerton, I'm throwing to that tight end.
Oh boy,
you know they don't have.
They've underutilized him from what we can see.
Yeah, they really have, and you know it's. But if I'm South, I'm pretty happy.
Yep.
And I try to get some pressure on Campos.
Yeah, DeSalvo, the tight end's on the right side of the line.
In the wing tee, he's off. He's under center a lot. There's not much shotgun going on.
Timeout Pinkerton.
Timeout.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Play
it.
clock was getting low.
Mark that, yeah, it was. Mark that down. 4:48 left. They call timeout. That's a valuable timeout they have to use.
They'll have 2 left
Yep.
when play resumes with 4:48 to go. Second and long here for the Astros. In a game-deciding drive, it'll have a big, it'll be a big factor in how this thing ends up.
Yeah, but you know what? Even if they go ahead, I can still see Rutstein
Have a chance.
throwing it
Yeah.
right and left, down the
Yeah.
middle, everywhere, throwing every which
Right.
way and having a chance. Just
Yeah.
the way they've thrown the ball.
And of course,
Again,
if the Astros do score, they got to make that extra point.
The Pinkerton defenders don't seem to have the hands to be able to grab and snare an interception. So what they need to do is they need to focus on batting the ball down when they're on defense.
Yeah.
That's what they've lost 2 big passes to balls off their fingertips into
They
Nashua
have.
hands.
Yeah.
And
Surprising
it's
receptions.
because they've tried to go for the pick rather than the defensive play.
So the Astros, after the timeout, back to the near hash mark on
A
second
lot of
and
room
8.
on that left side.
The handoff.
And they're going
no, it's
that
faked.
way.
Rolling out to throw, and it is off the fingertips of Kolyanako.
Yeah, you gotta,
Incomplete.
Not the best pass, but it should have been caught.
Should have been caught. I agree with you, Tom. And it's 3rd and long now for the Astros. 2 down territory, but South getting closer
No,
to
I don't
it.
know, John. Do you really think it's 2 down territory? You're not going to give South the ball there with 4 minutes left. You're not going to give them the ball at the 41-yard line.
Maybe you're right.
No,
Yeah.
no way.
Well, I mean,
They got to punt. If they don't get close, if it's not 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, they're going to have to punt it.
but you know, if it goes in the end zone,
But John,
then that's going to be
John,
20.
yeah, but still, do you want to give them the ball at midfield with
Well,
4 minutes to go? With
No, I don't. Absolutely, if you're the Astros, you don't.
No way.
Yeah, but if they get some yards here, they might go for it.
Maybe, like I said,
Yeah.
4th and 2, 4th and 1, maybe.
Straight drop. Campos looking to throw deep down the left side. He underthrows it, but it's complete. Coming back to the football and driven out of bounds. Big play,
Wow.
Logan Goki on the reception.
There was a wrestling match going on there. So no one was going to throw a flag because they were both going wrestling before the catch and the push and the separation.
Turned into a classic back shoulder throw to Logan
Yep.
Goki. He saw the ball, the defender didn't, and that made the reception a lot easier for the Astros wideout. Big play on 3rd and long.
Yeah, it was.
Now goal to go.
Really was.
The only bright lining here for the Panthers is that did not take a lot of time off the clock. The Astros are going to have to either punch it in or not here in the next minute or two, and it will leave time on the clock.
You know what?
For Michael Rutstein.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Pinkerton can't worry about that.
Oh no, they're not going to worry.
Yeah,
about
they've
that.
got to
They
get
gotta
in the
score.
end zone.
Yeah, the handoff
And that's
is
not
to
gonna do it.
Yanako, and he's stuffed.
Yanako to the short side is not going to
Late
do it.
flag.
And now a flag. Ooh.
What is that about?
Don't know. Maybe a hold or maybe a face
That's
mask.
personal foul territory as far as the timing of it.
Maybe a hold or a face mask.
Block in the back on the Astros. That was a late
Late
flag
for
a
a
block
call
in the
like
back.
that. Yeah, you're right. I agree, John.
And it was a play that was almost stuffed immediately. I mean, how much time do you have to block anybody in
I don't
the
know,
back?
but I make Pinkerton move back because now that forces Campos to probably put the ball up
Yes.
again, you know?
Yes.
That's a big deal here.
Sure is.
It's a big call. It was right at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to go back to the 17-yard line.
The Panthers' pass defense has been pretty good for the most part. They've shown an ability to read the quarterback, jump routes, make interceptions. No easy task for the team from Derry when they put the ball up in the air.
Well,
Good things have happened, but also some bad things have
if I'm
happened.
Pinkerton, I want to line up that tight end on the
Oh.
side of the bottom of your screen, bottom right, and have him go to that real estate
He's
over
in
there.
motion right now.
Yeah, there
That's
he is.
DeSalvo.
And I bet that's where he's going to go.
And the handoff is to Yanako following the
Ooh.
block of the tight end. He's
Ooh.
still on his feet. He waltzes in.
Wow.
17-yard touchdown run.
I didn't see that coming.
No. They have had not that great a success on the ground against this Panthers run defense, but that time, following the block of DeSalvo to the right side of the line, it is a 6-point advantage now for the Astros with the extra point, the all-important extra point, to come here. Just under 4 minutes to go in the ball game.
Great game. But yeah, John,
Terrific
I
game.
definitely wouldn't have. I
No.
wouldn't have gone for it on 4th down back in midfield. There's no way. And Pinkerton didn't have to worry about that,
No,
did they?
it was a moot point
Yep,
after that
sure
completion
was.
to
Yep.
Goki.
But now if you're South, you're in 4-down territory.
The kick is good. South went for the block. They got in the backfield.
They almost got there.
Yep. But it's going to be a 7-point deficit for South with just about 4 minutes left in the game for Michael Rutstein and the Panthers offense.
And they can get down there. I don't think there's any question about it that they can move the ball. Pinkerton's defensive backs have got to be told, don't go for the pick, go for the knockdown.
Yeah. Time's not really a factor at all right now for the Panthers.
Ooh, I don't know about that, John. You get under 4 minutes left in the game, time is a factor.
Well, the way I look at it, Tom, they have to throw to get this.
Right,
And there's going to be incompletions and
but
whatnot.
it's still a factor, you know, because
I guess.
if you're not able to get it, your defense is really going to have to stop Pinkerton for you to get the ball back. So I disagree with you there. I think time is a factor. You and I aren't agreeing on much today,
No,
John
in the fourth quarter, I guess.
Two coaches going at it with strategy.
We'll see what the game plan is here. Of course, if you do run the ball.
Well, the first thing here is you can't let Campo. See, South's going to look for Campo to get a good return here. You kick it away from Campo.
Yeah.
You got Rousel and Campo, so those are two tough ones.
They kick it right down the middle, and Campo's going to have a chance.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
He's running to his
got
left.
some room.
He
Look
cuts
at
it up
this.
the middle. Campo, one man to beat. He's
cannot-
over the 40.
You cannot do that if you're Pinkerton. Why are you kicking it to him?
You know, it was the kicker that made the
Kick
tackle.
it to the short side and hem them in.
Made no sense.
Made no sense to do what they did.
Picasso
so Campo,
Bates, who's built like a line, he is a linebacker.
Campo with a 30-yard return, but there's a flag on the play, and they're going to march it back.
That hurts.
That hurts.
It was a much shorter field a moment ago before they marked off this penalty, and so greater distance for the Panthers to cover here now as they look to tie the game.
Well, it's a spot foul. The block was at the 30, so they will go back to the 20. It's a 10-yard call. 21. Yep.
That's the difference on the field is over 20 yards.
Okay, so here you go. Put the remote away, everybody. Stay with us. 3:53 to play, and this is the game for Nashua South.
Let's see if they even try a running play on this. It'll be just all an air attack. Appears to be a passing formation. No, a handoff to Campo. He's trying to get off left tackle. Stiff arm, runs over a tackler.
Well, you figure the defense is loose,
right?
So you go with a running play. It's a nice, safe first down call to get some yardage. Put a little less pressure on the quarterback. Maybe you run it again, get a first down, and then you start your 2-minute offense in motion.
2nd and 3.
2nd and 3, Panther.
Near hash mark.
Fabulous football game. Both teams.
Straight one-step drop, completion, Rousel out of bounds.
And that's a perfect play. Why?
Perfect play.
It does two things. Gets you the first down and stops the clock out of bounds.
It was a high percentage throw.
Yep.
Rousel had plenty of space to work with. He's had a cushion lining up against the defensive backs. They've been giving him about 6-7 yards just on where they line up.
3:13 to play in the football game.
Rutstein.
The pressure is on the Astro defense right now.
One-step drop, back to Rousel. Back out of bounds. No, he's in.
He's in, did not get out.
No, he did not. Heads up tackle by the Astros to keep Rousel in bounds.
At some point, you're wondering if Pinkerton's going to jump that route.
Yeah. And maybe to anticipate that.
and then Rousel grabs it and
Double
races
move.
down. And Rousel grabs it and races down the sideline.
Yeah.
That's what's happened twice.
Right. One-step drop,
Same
Rousel
play.
in the slot. First down. Getting close to midfield. Of course, if they didn't get that penalty, they'd be almost
right
at the 30
well,
right
I think
now.
you'd say a different set of plays if that was the case.
And maybe a different defense, too.
Yep.
First and 10.
It's a bend but don't break defense. The problem is it's broken a few times. If you're an Astro fan, if you're a South fan, you're loving what your quarterback and your running back / receiver are doing right now.
2:34 remaining. Handoff. No, he's going to keep it. Tucks it under his arm and gets about 4.
I don't know about that because it keeps the clock moving. And John, as you see right now, time is a factor.
It is a factor, definitely. Going with the short passes.
So timeout. I believe it was South's timeout.
Right. I guess I envisioned like
you envisioned a big
just
play
put it
right
up
away.
like going 15-yard passes.
4 plays will be down there, right?
Yeah. Or you're off the field. So.
Well, what South knows is that Pinkerton's playing back, right?
Yeah.
So they're playing off the ball. They're playing back a little bit, and they have to be careful of that.
Right. So do they have 2 timeouts remaining? I think they do. That was the first of the half. That was also first run of the second half for Rutstein.
Right.
They hadn't been running very much after suffering some sort of a problem.
All right, as play resumes, 2nd and 6 for the Panthers from about the 47-yard line. 2:12 left on the clock.
Second and 6 with 2:12 remaining after the timeout. South, 1-step drop, completion. Rousel does get out of bounds.
There you go.
Close to the sticks.
Again, Connor Rousel gets out of bounds, stops the clock.
This is all designed to get down there and be the last team with the ball. And then, John, you're going to have that Scott Knight decision.
Right.
I guarantee you.
Go for 1 or 2.
I guarantee you he goes for 2.
He goes for 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the way the standings are?
Sure.
I think you're right. And what do we have here? An official's timeout? They want to talk about where the original marker was to get a better measurement on the other end. Question was whether Connor Rousel achieved a first down. Official's timeout. They're actually going to measure this, I think, as they pick up the chain and walk it out to the field for the first time in this game, by the way.
It's close. I don't think he got it, but it's close.
So it is coming up on 3rd down.
He
did get it.
Yeah, about that.
Nose of the football.
Yes.
All right, then. Can't doubt Connor Rousel today, Tom. He's just getting it done.
Double figures in receptions.
Must be. He's got at least 3 or 4 on this drive already.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 receptions on this drive alone.
41-yard line.
To the short side.
Still got a little bit of a cushion.
To the short side of the field, and he's still lined up on the short side of the field. They are going to dink and dunk their way down.
He's going to go deep on him at any second.
They're going to do it again.
They're going to do it again. And he's going to be tackled inbounds this time. Big chunk at 8 yards.
They are not going for a kill. They are going to march down. It's great strategy by South. It really is. This is great coaching going on right now.
They're taking what the Astros are giving them. Question is, will they have enough time remaining on the other end of it? Back to Rousel.
First down. Now they're at the 25.
Struggles forward,
See?
and he's at the 25. 1:38 to go. Londonderry's score is a final over in Wyndham. 42-13. They take care of the Jaguars and go to 6-0 on the season.
Pinkerton needs to jump the route at some point.
Well, I think they're really afraid.
Now
of
they're
that
going the other side. It's tipped.
Oh, and they get the hands up.
Yeah.
And that was DeSalvo at 6'4" that batted it down. The defensive end.
Well, the good thing about that play is it stops the clock with 1:27 to play.
Wyndham 13.
Pembroke and West in a nail biter. Pembroke leading West 21-20 in that game. So not the only one-score game going on a Saturday afternoon in New Hampshire today, but this is a great one.
Good Division 3 game, or Division 2 game, I'm sorry.
Campo changes direction, gets hit near the line of scrimmage and knocked forward, but it's going to be third down and fairly long. I'm surprised by that play call.
Yeah, the downs aren't an issue though, but I'm surprised by the call.
Timeout by South.
Yeah, I'm surprised by the call because
I think they were hoping to catch him.
Yeah, but you know what? No time ran off the clock. Why didn't the clock start? It was 1:27 left when they started the play. Has anyone noticed that?
Let's see if the officials. I think the answer to your question, Tom, is no. The Astros have not said anything.
No.
So they're more intent on stopping.
They're more intent on stopping, but I'm telling you what, Josh Campo just ran the ball. It probably should have taken about 10 to 12 seconds off the clock, and it didn't happen. It's a break for South.
It certainly is.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Am I wrong? I marked down in my notepad, 127. I marked it down.
I'm going with you, Tom. You have a pretty good routine on that. And I think you're right. So, but it's a hidden benefit for the South Panthers on this play. One step drop. Rutstein looking deep down the sideline for Lemire. Off his fingertips. Oh,
you got to lay out there.
Pounds the turf.
You got to kind of lay out if you're Karsten Lemire on that pass.
Or at least reach out a little farther. It looked like he didn't even have to dive for that ball.
He had it. And now the down's a factor. The game is on the line
right here. 4th and 7 is the game. 120 doesn't even matter right now. If they don't convert this, the game is over. The Astros can just kneel it down and take it home. The game on the line here for the Panthers on this play. 4th down and 7 from the Astros 21. One step drop. Rutstein's going to fire. It's batted down, and there it is, the bat down that you were looking for all game,
That's
Tom.
the play you got to make. You got to bat the ball down, not try to catch it. Just knock it down.
Unfortunately throwing into double coverage.
I tell you what, John, I would have bet the farm that they would have gone down and scored. It sure looked that way.
I thought so too, Tom.
You
it
know,
was one of the co-captains for Pinkerton, Anthony Terenzio, that makes the bat down play to seal the deal for the Astros.
And the thing is, they got away from the dink and dunk to Rousel, and when they did that, it just seemed like it just took everything off.
They should have, I mean, on that 2nd down or 3rd down when they handed the ball to Campos, it was 2nd down.
They got a break on that because it didn't take any time off the clock for some reason. But, oh, boy.
I mean, you're right. They did. The Astros were just refusing to come up and play tight on Rousel, so they should have probably just kept going to him.
That's got to be a tough, good timeout for South, because you know what you're doing now? You're telling your defense, go for the ball, but Pinkerton is just going to not kneel down.
That's all they have to do,
Yeah, exactly.
Victory formation.
Yep.
So, kind of a disappointing finish there for the Panthers.
Yeah,
they
it sure
looked
was,
like
because I was, and I'll ask Scott Knight the question.
And he'll say, "Oh, you better believe I was going to go for 2."
Oh, I bet. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he didn't get to make that decision, unfortunately.
That's tough. That's a tough loss because they played their best game defensively of the year, probably their best game of the year, overall, and it's just a tough one to lose when you put that effort out there. Trevor Knight, Scott's son, is on the sidelines with him. He's talking to him right now. Frustrating loss for South.
Yeah.
Frustrating. Pinkerton escapes, and John, we're going to see this same Astro team next Saturday night here at Stellos.
Bishop Girton will try their luck against the Astros. BG.
And from what I see,
first place team.
From what I see now, it could be a really, really good game.
Yeah, it has all the makings of it. We've seen both BG and the Astros now, and I can't predict for you who might win that one.
Nope. South used their last timeout.
Looks like they did, but the clock rolling now, 50 seconds
Clock
to go.
Rolling,
The Astros will just snap it at the last possible moment, and then that might be the last play. So enjoy your Saturday evenings, folks. Thanks for watching high school football with us on Nashua ETV. It's going to be the last play of the game, that kneel down right there.
Final score, Pinkerton
South, there's a lot to be proud of, but it still
21.
stings not to come away with a victory
It
after
sure
all their hard
does.
work.
It sure does. A for effort.
Drive.
Unfortunately, not getting the results.
For Tom King, our cameraman Tyler Thompson, and my executive producer Pete Johnson, I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching. 28-21, the Astros of Pinkerton take it over Nashua High South. Good afternoon from Stellos Stadium, everybody.